range, huh? Good luck with that. Alright, let's try this sucker out. Seems very quiet so far. Off we go. Whee! Alright, so this is without the INC mode on. Pretty fucking quiet, honestly. And let's kick it on. Seems to sort of thin out the outside noises. Does seem to sort of block the wind. Pretty cool. Wind noise. I don't really hear much wind noise. I'm going 50 miles an hour on a naked bike. That's pretty crazy. And immediately my range has dropped 5 miles by going 1 mile. Silly zero. Got some music going. Man, this looks pretty awesome. Whee! Turn off our blinker. Let's see if I can, let's see, turn that off. Yeah, what it blocks is that low frequency hum that I always dealt with on my Arai XD4. Could not get rid of it. Getting rid of the visor helped a ton, but it always had that low frequency hum. I noticed with the visor on that helmet, if I just grabbed it, it would stop it vibrating, and that would help a lot, but still always had that low frequency hum. And clearly this helmet has it as well, but it's got a fancy little button over here that just cancels it right out. That's pretty incredible. So obviously I'm doing all of this filming. I didn't really intend for this to be a review, but since I'm out here, what the hell? Doing all of this filming with the Sena as well. The short little loop I usually do. I'm on my Zero FXS 7.2. Hello, motorcyclist. Though you probably don't think I'm on a motorcycle because I'm so quiet. You probably think I'm on an e-bike, but I'm not. I'm on a very, very fast electric motorcycle, though I don't go that fast because I value my life. I mean, I tell you honestly, this helmet is so incredibly quiet. I've never tried, again, this is with the sort of noise canceling mode on. Noise canceling mode off, it's got a low frequency hum, sort of droll bassy stuff that'll really wear you out over time. And now I got this helmet because I have tinnitus, and so I'm trying to do things in my life that are gonna potentially help my tinnitus not get worse. And getting a helmet like this is step one. I've tried eargasm earplugs off Amazon. those get pretty uncomfortable and start to fall out after a while. I have some fitted earplugs that I got at Bike Week, which are much more, well, they don't fall out at all, but they also kind of, I can only really take those for about an hour or so. So ideally I'd like to be able to ride without earplugs in, so that's where a helmet like this comes in. Now I was looking at the, forget the brand of helmet, but there's one, it's supposed to be the quietest helmet in the world. It's got crazy foam and stuff like that. It's about $400. I never tried it. I want to say it's like, I don't know, Cobalt or something with a C. I'm not going to bother editing this video, so we'll never know. But those who know helmets will know what I'm talking about. If you just Google the world's quietest helmet, that's the one. I never tried it because I hear it's incredibly hot in summer. So I didn't want to deal with that. So I had some Amazon reward points. Figure I'll splurge on this bad boy because I wanted one with a camera for a while as well. Not that I do a whole ton of, I do no video logging, but I like to record my rides from time to time. Just if I see anything cool along the route or whatever, just, from time to time I'll go back and look at old footage, remember old rides. Particularly like to do it when I'm elsewhere, if I'm not in New England or in Europe or whatever, and there's rides I want to really remember. I'll try and record as much footage as I can. England's particularly cool, same with Ireland, because you could just be cruising along and there's a castle right there. And this thing, I just hit a button, record. You got to hold it for about a second before it kicks on. And that's a cool house, kind of like a castle. You don't have to have the actual headset on, the Sena sort of headset portion on, if you want to use the camera or not. I've watched some video of the camera online, and it's not great, but it's good enough for me. It's audio quality I'm particularly worried about. Some of the audio stuff I was watching was really bad, but this thing has had some firmware updates, so hopefully that does it. Now I'm also going to say I've been cruising along now, chatting inside of my helmet on a relatively humid day. So this helmet comes with a pin lock, and it has not fogged up at all, which is great. It was another issue I was having with my XT4. The pin lock never really fit quite right because of the shape of the lens on it. Woo, doggy! So it would still fog. I kind of tried every little position of the actual pin lock system, but to really no avail. I actually ended up pulling the pin lock out of that thing because I usually ride with my visor up anyway, which unfortunately with this I found blocks the camera. Super annoying. But I will say, with that said, the noise canceling does still work even with the visor up, seeming. Which is going to be great for me because the wind noise I get with my visor up otherwise is pretty intense. So yeah, now I'm cruising along at 50 miles an hour right now on a completely naked bike, and I've really had no wind noise there. So God, I am really impressed with this helmet. It's too bad they don't make it in a good color, you know. I mean, I got white because it was in short supply, and I actually got a large when I should probably have a medium. I'm like right at the top of medium, but I got a white large, and I can tell sort of as I move my mouth around or whatever that little gaps are forming in it. You know, I can hear wind temporarily sort of breaking in for a second, but it's nothing too bad. But yeah, I'm a big fan of this helmet, and I was worried going from the XD4 to a more traditional street helmet that I would miss the viewing angle that I had in that XD4, but I'm not totally sure that it's any worse on this. The lens is huge. And the opening seems really, really big, to the point I just don't really think that this helmet really loses much of anything as far as that goes. So yeah, that was my sort of accidental quick review of the Sena.